How sophisticated these airbags have gotten lately? Well, you ever thought you might like to try and find your way around in here? Well, I'm developing a series of tapes that I hope are designed to help anyone from the basic ballooner all the way up to the best ballooner to sharpen their skills and do even better ballooning from each and every tape. The desire is that your ballooning ability will soar. Even as ours has. Before we get started, I'd like to go through some of the twists and techniques that are needed to complete the hats in this series. First, the 6-petal flower. You take a 260, inflate it almost all the way, burping it some to make it soft, tying the ends together in a square knot. Divide it in half by pinching at a halfway point and twisting one balloon around inside the other a couple of times. Take the balloon and finding about the third way, after squeezing all the air to the end, finding about the third way of the balloon, spin off on one side, a third. Bring the two together, side by side, pushing your index finger through to the other side, grabbing with your thumb and middle finger, squeeze, twist again, bringing this portion up, grabbing all the way through with your thumb and your middle finger through where the twists are made, squeezing tight, push your hands together, and then grab all the way through with your middle finger and your thumb. Pulling them slightly apart, twist them around several times, creating a 6-petal flower. I'm going to demonstrate the ear twist for you now. First, you twist off a bubble, unimportant to the size because the accomplishment will be the ear twist. Twist off now a 1-inch bubble, spinning several times. Lay the two chambers side by side, the larger portions, grabbing, not with your finger all the way through so that it gets stuck, but on one side and your thumb on the other. Pull up and twist around a couple of times. And you have your ear twist. Now, another thing you can do with the ear twist is the pop twist, which you'll need in this series of hats. First, you twist off a chamber, then you twist off a 1 to 1/2 inch bubble, another, and yet a third. Laying these two chambers side by side, you'll notice that you've got 3 bubbles. You're going to ear twist the first and third bubble. Ear twist number 1, ear twist number 2. Now the way the pop twist works is you take your ear that you've just made and you fold it underneath, pushing up with your finger and your thumb on one side, pushing down with your finger and thumb. Allow the balloon to split the ear for you, and then twist it around. Going to the other, repeat the process. Push the ear underneath, pushing up, causing the bubble to be split by the balloon itself. Twist it around several times. Now holding the two together, I always hold them in my hand and put my index finger and my middle finger on top of the balloons that have been split, so that when I pop this one, oops, well, let's see if it stays together. That's the amazing thing about the ear twist. Even if you make a mistake, it can work for you. Now you've got two chambers separate from the same balloon where there once was one. I'd like to show you how to do the bow now, which involves sculpting, actual balloon sculpting, causing the balloon to be a different shape than it normally would be. You take and twist off a 1-inch bubble on about a 12 to 14-inch balloon, bringing the other end up. You squeeze the air so that it's now pliable. You twist off about another 1 to 1.5-inch bubble on the other end. You twist these two bubbles together. Now you find the halfway point from the main chamber, pulling it down, squeezing it together to make the two sides of the bow. Grabbing with your thumb on the front and your middle finger on the back, pull out, push down with your index fingers like so, shaping the bow. Doing the same thing on the other side so that you now have sculpted the bow. I'd like to show you the nose now. This is the animal nose that I use on a lot of the animals that I do. You twist off about a 1 to 1.5 to 2-inch bubble, depending on how big you want your nose to be. And then you do that same procedure for a total of 5 bubbles. You take your first joint and your fifth joint when you twist the balloon and twist those two together. Now, taking the balloon so that you're pushing the uppermost into the lowermost portion of that circle that you've made, you twist it around to the other side of the two chambers and then twist those around several times. Now you take and put the remaining chamber and the beginning chamber on either side of the 4 bubbles that you've just twisted together, and you ear twist this bubble to make the front of the nose. You pull the nozzle down inside and twist it around several times so that it will hold the balloon together. Now, this is a technique. If your balloon is tight and you push your thumb into your index finger on the other side and do the same thing further out, just like silly putty will snap if moved fast and stretch if moved slow, move it fast. And there you have the animal nose. I'd like to demonstrate my spin twist now. It's the only twist that I know that's different than anything I've seen and works with the mouse hat series. Once you've twisted your mouse hat together at your 1/3, 2/3 junction, make sure that your short piece is with your short piece and your long piece is with your long piece. Now at this point, you'll grab both balloons, thusly holding them tight. Reaching up with your other hand, you will spin these 2 balloons around several times, causing enough tension to make the hat stay together. Later in the tape, I'm going to tell you that you need to find a friend to help you learn the braid. Well, thanks to my 6-year-old son, who always seems to have a word of wisdom for me. He told me, why don't you do the braid in 3 different colors so that they can tell which one's going which way and they can see it better. Well, thank you very much, Benji. Appreciate your help. And now, I'm going to show you the braid. And due to modern technology, we can edit it in now and not have to worry about trying to teach it to you later. First, you take 3 balloons, whichever color you're going to braid, fill them all the way to the end, completely full. Twist off about a 1-inch bubble twisting two together. At this point, you can fold them around to the outside edge, helping to lock down and keep them from coming undone later. Take your third balloon and do the same thing, twisting around, folding it through so that it will lock down. Now your braid won't come untied, and the kids can't undo it. It's virtually undoable except to be destroyed. It has to be torn up at the end of it. Now, what I do to braid is I'll hold all three in my hand, holding all three rather firmly. I will push the blue down with my index finger, grabbing the red with my thumb and, I will push down the blue with my middle finger, grabbing the red with my index and thumb. Push the white down with the middle finger, grab it. Push the red down, grab it. Push the blue down, grab it. Push the white down, grab it. Push the red down, grabbing the white. Push the blue down, grab the red. Push the white down, grab the blue. Push the red down, grab the white. Push the blue down, grab the red, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on, till you get to the end. Twisting two together, holding the other two and twisting those two together, you've made it to where it more than likely won't come undone. If you want to keep it from coming undone, push your bubbles through and spin it around. And there you have a braid. I'd like to show you the braid from another angle now. I've taken the white out and put yellow in because I wear a white outfit and the background, it can blend. You take the red balloon, pushing it with your middle finger, grabbing the blue with your index and thumb of the right hand. Pushing the yellow under, grab the red. Pushing the blue under, grab the yellow. Pushing the red under, grab the blue. Grab the red, pushing blue, grab yellow. Pushing red, grab blue. Pushing yellow, grab red. Pushing blue, grab yellow. Onward and onward and onward and onward. Till finally you wind up at the end with a braid. Now, a lot of you, I don't know why, but I just felt like I ought to add this in. Just a second. We've got 2/2 of a braid. Why don't we go ahead and make a heart? Okay, take your 3 braids that you just made once you get them, grabbing overhand, underhand. Twist your hands around. Grabbing overhand, underhand, twist your hands around to make your braid into a cane. Do the same with the other side. Overhand, underhand, overhand, underhand, twisting around. Taking the 2 hooks that you've made, twist all of those bubbles together, downward. Twist all of those bubbles together so that they hold the 2 together. Bring the 2 bottom pieces together, twist them together. You've got a 6 braided heart. I'd like to show you how to do my flower hat today. First, I take a balloon, inflate it almost full, burping the balloon, that's the only term I know that sounds good to me, so that the balloon is soft and squishy. Tying each end together in a square knot, I grab the knot, divide the balloon in half by pinching and twisting one side completely around. Now I take and find about where 1/3 is on the balloon on each portion. Twist off 1/3, put my index finger through and my middle finger on one side, my thumb on the other. I bring the remainder down, pinch it, and twist. Bringing it back up. Now I grab all the way through the middle with my middle finger, where the folds are, with my middle finger and thumb. Pushing my hands toward each other, I open both hands and I reach around the whole area